Guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel. Let me just address that I don't have any more like clothes to wear, okay? Like this is the only top I have and 2-3 other tops that you constantly see on my stories and channel, because I've literally just before the lockdown I got rid of so many clothes. I gave it away and that's why I ended up with just, I can count on my fingers, I have like literally 7 tops or something that are good to wear on camera, and very few like camisoles and nightwears that you guys see on story. And so just bear with me, okay? I got no new clothes, but I like this one a lot because I love off shoulders. I'm back in my old setup. I'm back at home because I realized that this is the setup I love to film in, and my makeup looks nicer in this sort of lighting. Alright, so basically in today's video I wanted to talk to you about my childhood memories. I really wanted to throw it back to how it was being a 90s kids and how I grew up in Dubai, because I feel like you guys love story times, and I was thinking, what can I tell you that I have not told you before? So I thought I'd share a part of my childhood with you today. So let's prep the skin and get to talking. The first thing I'm going to do is hydrate my skin. So I'm taking the Smashbox and Hoodwitch crystallized primerizer. It's a primer and moisturizer in one, so best of both worlds. Okay, so where should I even begin? Let's begin with my first let's begin with Dubai. Okay, so most of you know that I was born in Dubai and I spent my childhood there till I was in 2nd grade. Okay, so basically I grew up there, you can say, because even the memories are so vivid in my head. We used to stay in this society, okay, in this colony where there were 4 buildings, like in a square, I think so. So there were 2 buildings here and 1 building here, okay, so it was like our own compound, right? So I used to stay there with my nanny. I'm going to leave the names of all the makeup products either on the screen or on the bottom bar down below, because I don't want you to get distracted from the story. Okay, so basically I used to stay with my nanny, me and Jay, who's my older brother. Most of you don't know that I have 2 siblings. One is Jake and one is Jay. Jake is the popular one, but my older brother is really not into like social media. He's not around social media a lot, okay? So, but we spent 8 years together before Jake came into our lives. So both of us spent a lot of time in Dubai, and we used to get dropped off at my nanny's house because my mom used to work back in the day. So she used to go to office, dropping us in the morning. And it's weird because I vividly remember this whole scenario, okay? Like my mom used to drive us up in the morning, drop us to my nanny's and go to work. Then we used to see her in the evening. So I remember how my nanny used to take care of us also. She used to literally give us bottled milk. She saved those bottles till today. Can you believe it? Nannies. She used to make us lie down. I was very tiny at the time. This was even before 2nd grade. And she used to feed us bottled milk, and we used to both, like good children, drink the entire bottle. Only then we were allowed to play outside, okay? So hilarious. Dude, thinking back on it. Such good times. Such good times. And I remember being such a tomboy when I was young, simply because I grew up with one brother, which is Jay, and all his friends were boys who used to play cricket and football. So I didn't really have girlfriends as such. There were like 2 of them, but I used to be very excited to play cricket with the boys, okay? I used to love playing cricket. I used to love playing football. God knows what all we did back in the day, but I used to absolutely love it. So I remember going and playing cricket for most of my childhood. Anyway, then we moved to Mangalore. I spent 1 year in Mangalore. So for all of you who don't know, my mom is a South Indian. Okay, so I remember spending 1 year over there because dad had some business to do and we had to just move to Mangalore. So we did, and there also it was not many memories I created. I just remember being walking distance from my school. So I used to literally get up and walk to my school. It was 10 steps away, okay? It was so close. I used to be able to see my school ground from my balcony. So I did study Kannada for about a year. The reason why I know Kannada is because my mom like always speaks to mother in Kannada, barely in English, okay? So everybody from Mangalore, whenever we go to Mangalore, that's the only language they speak, right? So I picked up a lot of Kannada when I was young, and that's why I know the language. I can speak, but I can understand more than I can speak. So yeah, we were always in and around that language. I feel so happy that I know one side of my family's language, because I'm part South Indian, part Sindhi. I don't know Sindhi at all, okay? Because somehow like my dad never really spoke Sindhi at home. And we were mostly visiting my maternal side more. So I kind of picked up the language really fast, and also I spent 1 year studying the language. Then from Bangalore we moved to the city of dreams, Mumbai city, and it's like probably the best decision my family ever made was to move to Mumbai. So after Mumbai, I've never really moved anywhere else. Okay, so I'm gonna talk to you about my first phone. Okay, I so remember my first phone. It was a shit. What was it? It's literally on my tongue, but I forgot the brand name. My first mobile had an antenna on top. Okay, and it had a Xoxo sa screen, and it was not black and white, it was colored. So I was really excited, okay, that was my first like mobile. I moved a lot in Bombay, okay. So the building I moved to at that point, I had a lot of building friends, okay. Now this is where things get really fun, okay. So I was, I guess, in the 6th or 7th standard. I don't really remember, but around that time only, and I had building friends for the very first time in my life. So I don't have building friends at the moment. I never have building friends. Like, I don't even know who my neighbor is, okay. That building, however, we knew everyone, like in and out, and basically like it was a very gossipy you know, had too many girls my age, and I think that's why, because now all the buildings that I moved to had very tiny kids, so I never really had a proper friend. Anyway, coming back, I had like 3 or 4 girlfriends and like 1 or 2 boys in the building who were literally my age, 3 or 4 years older to me, but then still we used to hang out a lot, okay. And I got my first mobile, and I was super excited. I was obsessed with Bollywood, okay. Now, not so much. Not at all, actually. But I was obsessed with Bollywood. I was obsessed with this channel called Star One. I know like a lot of you who are my age know exactly what I'm talking about. Where there used to be all the famous like TV shows, and one of the famous TV shows that I vividly remember was Remix. Zamana hai remix. Come on, like we remember that, okay? Tia, Huda, Ranveer, like obsessed. And after that, Dil Mil Gaye. Girl, who remembers Dil Mil Gaye? Dr. Arman freaking Malik. I was the biggest fan of Dr. Arman Malik, and I used to have posters, images. I used to doodle his name, Karan Singh Grover. But I was obsessed with that show and doctors and like how they used to fall in love, and I was like totally for it, okay. I used to save those clips on my phone. Somehow I found a way to download some clips that were my favorite, and I used to watch it on my tiny little screen that was like this tiny, okay. Anyway, I was a massive fan, and even in school people used to literally be like, actually I had a best friend back then, and she knew my obsession with Dr. Arman Malik, so she used to call me Mrs. Malik and like Mrs. Singh or something like that, because his real name was Karan Singh Grover. And yeah, I used to, and oh my god, I loved Shahid Kapoor. I still like him a lot, but I was borderline obsessed with him, okay. So I used to keep all his cutouts from this movie called Ishq Vishq, Dil Mange More, like literally cutouts in a book, and I had a big book of Shahid Kapoor, all his pictures, all his like names and doodles, and every image that he was possibly in the newspaper. I used to have it. Crazy, okay. Boy crazy. And such fun times, dude. Okay, I'm using a cream contour. Yeah, so I used to keep all this in my tiny little phone, okay. And I'll tell you, now coming back to my building friends, okay, I'm not going to name anyone, they know who you are, you know who you are. Basically, these girls introduced me to everything in life, okay. Everything that a teenager is supposed to know, these girls introduced into my life, okay. I was this very new, I had no idea, I was in my own bubble, because I had a lot of restrictions, right. I had a lot of curfews, like I was not supposed to go outside the gate post 7 o'clock and things like that. And they were allowed to. So I was taught a lot by them about boys and about I don't know, like boyfriends and smoking and all of that, okay. Basically, Indian parents don't talk to you about any of it, like smoking, sex. They live in this world of denial and ignorance where they just don't talk to their daughters and sons about any of this, okay. So we find out on our own, you know. Yeah, so anyway, we used to get down together at around 5 o'clock, okay. There was this there was outside our, like in our building only, there was this place called Tanki, like a tank. It was massive, okay, and behind that Tanki was this little gap, okay, where you could like walk through and you could jump into another building also. It was, the wall was like really shallow, anyone could jump into the other building. And we had friends from all over the buildings, like 3-4 buildings across us. We had like friends and stuff. Like boys used to come and chill with us and things. It was like super fun, dude. It was like one of my favorite times in my childhood, actually. Okay, so there were these boys, okay, across the building that we used to know. I feel so weird talking about it. I'm like married now, but it's so funny to talk about it. But I feel like all of us have gone through this. So there were these boys. This was like 8th standard, okay, or something. That used to look from the window, okay, into our building, and they were like really cute, man. So I used to be like all of us used to be like really, you know, trying to like talk to them and stuff. Oh my god, such teenage life. Like it could not get more teenager. We used to try and get their attention and things like that on Navratri, bro. Okay, so we used to try and get their attention and stuff. Okay, it was very childish, yeah. Anyway, okay, so I didn't like really have any boyfriend as such. I didn't go ahead and do anything, but however my friends really did. The girlfriends that I had, they absolutely used to have boyfriends, and they used to talk, like sneak down and talk on the phone. Instead of coming down to chill with us, they used to come down and pretend to hang around, but they used to talk to their boyfriends on the phone. Like that basically used to happen. Tell me if this still happens, because I really want to know if your friends do this as well. My friends wanted me to talk to boys and be like, listen, it's cool, and I was like, no, I'm too shy, la la, it's fine. So they used to make me talk to boys and stuff on the phone. It was so childish. Oh my god, now that I think about it. And I used to talk to these boys. I didn't even know who they were. Literally had no idea. That happened, and I used to like text these boys. I had no clue who they were, okay? I'm sure they were as clueless as me only. It was so puppy-ish and so kiddish. Like, so I used to have these text messages from boys, right, on my new phone, and I used to hide it under my clothes. So I had a closet where I used to fold my clothes, and underneath my clothes I used to keep my phone. So my father or like my mom couldn't care less, but my father didn't find my phone, and I was like petrified of him checking. No privacy, na. Like I honestly feel like Indian parents like do not respect privacy. Let's be honest, yeah. They come and they like open our cupboards, open our drawers, like without, you know, asking permission. And you know, at that point my dad used to just like ask me for my phone, go through my text messages. I know you want to check on your kid, but you gotta respect their privacy, okay? Like literally. And we used to save the boy's number on other names like Priya or some like other girl names, and it used to be boy numbers. Who does this? Comment down below. I need to know who's doing this. Till today, to their families. That's crazy. I'm telling you, I was the most decent kid who did nothing wrong in her life. I don't know why, but that's just what it is. Okay, I'm gonna take this shade Dreamer here, like Dreamer, this gold shade, and I want to put it all over my lid. I want to create this ethereal, beautiful look. So what I'm doing basically, I'm taking this really above into my crease. The glitter, I really want to take it high up. I saw this one Instagram picture I was very inspired by, so I'm gonna take it all the way, like messily, just take my finger and just, you know, give like a burst of glitter everywhere. I also remember my friends wanted to smoke. They wanted to try smoking, and it was this big thing, okay? We like planned a day and stuff. We're like, okay, this day we'll try smoking, like let's all try. And dude, to be honest with you, firstly, they never forced me, which was great. I just feel like I was never sucked in by peer pressure, yeah. Like, kabhi bhi, I didn't feel the need, or, you know, I didn't feel forced to try anything I didn't want to try. So I didn't try smoking. So much drama and politics between like boys and girls and this one and that one. Break up, patch up, like 1,000 times break up, patch up. Okay, so I'm sort of creating like a blend between the brown, pink and the gold. I want to create a very, very glamorous look. So that's why I'm taking the pink and I'm pulling more of the pink back because the brown has eaten up all the crease work that I have done. Okay, so that was my building life. Coming back to my school life, I was again, you know, in an all-girls school. I was in Petit. I used to be one of the popular girls in school, I guess, and I told you why also like so many times, but I feel like I have new subscribers. So I'll tell you, like I used to do this Jab We Met. You know, Jab We Met used to be my favorite movie. I think it still is. I was obsessed with Shahid Kapoor, clearly, so I used to love to recreate the Jab We Met dialogue. So I used to be like Ratlam and this and that, like properly, like Shahid Kapoor's role and Kareena Kapoor's role, and I used to perform like this skit in front of people on lunch breaks. Anytime the bell used to go off, my friends were so excited. Like my whole classmates used to come with their tiffins, literally all 40 of them, and used to watch me perform the movie. Geet and Aditya. I used to play both their roles from beginning to end. And they used to like enjoy it so much, and I was like, I'm definitely becoming an actor. And oh my god, sports day. Sports day used to be like one of my favorite days in the year, okay? You know, there are these just like few people in school who always win the races. Like there were these few girls, like Gine Chune Panche girls that used to always win races, like whether it's 200-meter relay, 200 meters long jumps, high jump, short put, javelin throw. They used to win it all, and I'm just like, what is the point of even participating? Because I remember I just wanted sports day so bad because I wanted to be in the march past band. Do you still have march past band? Dude, I was obsessed with being a part of the squad and the discipline it takes and the practices, and we used to bunk classes for march past practice because the sports day used to come closer. You know, it's so weird to realize that most of the people that you were with while growing up, like, they're no longer in your life. That's so weird for me to even think about. I mean, of course you grow apart and you make new friends, you move different buildings, you move cities, but I feel like, you know, when you were best friends with someone, why couldn't you stay intact? You know what, I guess at that time phones were not a big thing, you know. I think it's easier to be in touch with people now than it was earlier because we were not even given phones. We had timings where we could use our phones. We had tuitions, yeah. Oh my god, like, I'm sure you guys have tuitions too, but literally after coming from school, immediately Hindi and Marathi and math tuitions, okay? I was so bad in maths, like, I cannot even tell you. I hate math. Like, mathematics is like my worst subject, okay? I have failed in algebra and geometry every time I gave a paper. I don't know how I passed my 10 board exams. I have no idea. I think I studied really, really hard. But anytime there was a test, anytime there was like a regular school exam, I used to fail miserably, not even like by a half a mark. But yeah, math and Marathi, dude, I don't know how I passed Marathi. I used to like ratta maro the answers. That's just what we do. Okay, like, if anyone knows how to by heart something, it's us Indian students, because we mug the shit out of everything even though we don't know what it means. Today I don't know how to communicate in Marathi because, you know, schools don't teach you how to converse. They just say, this is the chapter, by heart it, put it in the book and pass the exams. Like, I wish they would actually teach us to converse and communicate with each other. I think I would have been better in Marathi then. I got 75.5% in my 10th board. I got distinction. Okay, that was the highest I ever got anywhere in life. I don't think I got that much in any other paper in my life. So I'm glad I passed my board exams really well. Because, dude, I am sorry, I don't know how you kids are studying today. Like, how are you focusing? Because, dude, this thing that we have here is so distracting. Like, how do you focus on your studies and tuitions when you have a phone? Main to nahi kar pati. Yeah, I remember studying so crazily. Like, I used to go into my room and lock my door and study like a maniac, because for me it was much more difficult. Like, I had to study really well in order for me to pass. I just could not remember things. So I studied very hard for my 10th standard board exams and made sure that I passed. Like, my parents were not really those kind of parents who were like, first number hi aana hai, nahi to, like, they were just like, just pass your exams and we're fine with it, don't fail. And that was a great upbringing, because I feel like there was no pressure. Dude, this blush is so beautiful. It's the Berry Amore blush by Milani. It's very expensive, yeah, it's very expensive. It's like $1,200 for this blush, but it is one of the most beautiful blushes. Look at the luminosity. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you about the time where I first waxed my legs, okay? I remember this also very clearly. I was in school. I think I only insisted that I wanted to get my hair moved. Dude, I was a hairy freaking child. Dude, I was a hairy little kid. Sindhi and South Indian, you can just expect the amount of hair on my body. My back filled. It was a gorilla, okay? So I remember in school, like, all my classmates used to have really nice legs because they used to wax. Some girls used to wax, and I used to look at their legs and be like, girl, that is a pretty little leg, okay? And I wanted to have glossy legs. Waxing was your only option, okay? So I was like, I want to wax. I like convinced my mom to take me for waxing. Bad decision. That's why I don't wax anymore. I went into the salon. The hair was as long as this on my legs, and she put the hot wax on my leg, and lady, Like, I have never experienced pain like that in my life. And she's like, "Pong." And the amount, I was like, I'm not doing this. Like my salon didi. And I'm like, didi, nahi chahiye, rehne do, chalega. My mom's like, dude, you gotta finish that leg. At least do one leg. I'm like, what? I need to do both legs if I'm doing this. Guess what? I only did it till my knee. I'm like, don't even touch my thigh out of here. I ran out of there. My mom's like, do half a leg, like chill. Like, do it till where your school uniform cuts. So that's where I did. My thigh was like a bear, okay? Like, but the rest of my leg was so shiny and glossy. I was like showing off my legs. I remember walking into the building like no one really gave a shit, but I was very proud. I was like, yes, I waxed. Little did I know I had to do this in the next 2-3 weeks because my hair growth was fire, baby. It grew so fast. I'm like, I have to do this again. I have to sit through the hot wax again. And then I went and I got used to waxing, and I just like, that became a routine for me. And then I started doing my thighs, I started doing my hands, my armpits. Like, you know, I started like little by little, so it didn't like pain me so much because I was doing bits and pieces. But I mean, the trip for waxing, bro, it was horrifying. Yeah, I just don't like the whole hot wax on your leg and strip and bleeding, and I can't. So once I was old enough to realize that, oh, I could also shave. Ah, what a beautiful like freaking invention the razor is. Shaving was like the best thing that ever happened to me. I'm telling you, I don't care about strawberry legs. I don't care about anything. I am never sitting in that waxing booth again. Now to chocolate wax and like caramel wax, strawberry wax, God knows what all you guys have these days. Okay, I'm gonna put on some lashes because this look needs lashes. Okay, so the lashes I'm using they don't have a name. It's like literally like this. It's a sample I got from some lash brand, so that's what I'm using. Okay, so don't stress about what lash this is. Dude, honestly, you guys are given so much more freedom, yeah, than we were. Nowadays, I'm seeing, dude, my brother's friends, they go clubbing, they drive their own car. Like, parents give them cars. Like, money to spend on an entry in a club. It's like 2,000 rupees at that time. I used to get
10 rupees. 10 rupees for school to buy one orange candy.
You know that orange candy, right? Oh, what I would do to have that. Orange candy and 3 rupees ka samosa. Like, that used to be my budget. Like, on a good day, I would get 20 rupees, okay? And you guys are getting 2,000 rupees for an entry in a club? Please, mama. Okay? Because when I hear this from Jake, I'm just like, what? Just to enter a club, you spend 2,000 bucks. Then you want to spend on drinks and dinner and like after party. And these are kids, it's like 16 years old. 16, 18, 20. I'm like, wow, bro, wow. Like, I couldn't step out of the house. Forget like going to a club and spending like 5,000 rupees a night. You guys are way spoiled. Like, I don't know, some of you are really spoiled, baby. And still you all complain like we don't have freedom, we can't go meet our boyfriends. Girl, you get the chance to go to a club. You know what that is? I didn't even know what a club was in my time. I used to feel like, oh, it's this adult thing that people do. And now it's like people are driving cars, and like I've been to like these teenage events, like Jake goes to all these events. I'm glad that my brother is literally not like the other teenagers. Like, he wouldn't spend a lakh on a table in a club. And like, I was like, girl, you are a teenager and you stick to being that kid, and it's okay not to have money. This is where a lecture comes. It's okay not to have money. You don't have to show off to your friends and like borrow, steal money and just like pretend that you have money. Like, just say, I'm sorry, dude, I'm strapped on cash, I can't pay, it's too crazy. And you know, so I taught Jake that. I'm like, whenever you don't have cash, just agree to it and be okay with it. Don't try to show off, you know, because you can never compete with these teenagers. You can't. And I'm standing and I'm like, really, dude? Like, that is crazy. Like, I used to not be allowed to wear like skirts or whatever, dresses like too short, like right above my butt. Like, that's like way too short. I'm not telling you what to wear. It's just like we were not allowed to wear only dresses. We were just allowed to, I was literally like a boy, bro. I was like wearing these baggy jeans, and like I'll show you on 90s kids versus a like 2000 kid. Like, look at the difference. Alright guys, my hair refuses to settle the way I want it to, but that's okay. We're done with this tutorial because if I sit for a minute longer, you guys are gonna just like I don't know what's gonna happen. So I must say bye right now. I love you so much and I really enjoyed this look. It turned out to be very, very glamorous actually. It's something I would wear if I was going to an event. God knows when that is. But I love you and I will see you in my next video. Take care guys. Big kisses and virtual hugs. Love you.